Earth podcast, the Down to Earth Network, with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. This episode is called, right? G.I. Joe, the American hero, Donald Trump. Now, you want to know what that means. If you ever watched the 80s series G.I. Joe, back in the days, it was a special team from America to fight America's enemies all over the world. The biggest enemy was Cobra, right? So G.I. Joe, this is what he's doing, right? He wants to be the American hero. That's what Trump is basically putting out there in the universe, and it's crazy. A lot of people support him, and a lot of people don't support him. So recently, the update, and he's really serious. It's like the Twilight Zone. This man is saying he wants to take over Greenland. It's like a must that he brings the American military to Greenland to take it over because it's a really important area for American to have, right? For national security. Very serious. And some people might think it's a joke, but he's very serious about this, Donald Trump. He's not joking. He had a conference recently and he said it over and over again. So he wants to take that over. At the same time, Iran, they're going through their shit in Iran, that they want the supreme whatever leader to step down, the Islamic leader, and they want him out. Now there's mass protests all over Iran, and recently news has broken out that they cut the internet off, or they're trying to cut all types of communications off the internet in Iran, right? And Trump mentioned, this was what he put out there. Donald Trump said, if the Iranian whatever leadership what is still in power harms the people, if the Iranian leadership what's in now kills anybody, start killing a lot of people, America's gonna step in. That's what that's what's going on. Trump says we will step in and it won't basically be good, right? So that's what's going on. This man is saying all types of stuff and he means it. So if Iran starts anything right now, if Iran starts any type of movement and you hear about any mass killing, America's gonna go there. So yo, it's getting crazy, but he's really an American hero when he does all of this stuff because from what I've been seeing the last couple of days, the only people who are outspoken against this are people who are not American. So it seems to me that a big percentage of Americans still support, well, they do support Trump. So he is an American hero when he's doing these things. He's saying he's going to bring a lot of investment back to America through what he's doing with Venezuela, right? So he's warning everybody, anybody who's doing anything, he's warning right now. He's warning people. Hold on a minute. See something. What is that? The point system. Right? Yeah, so he's warning a lot of people what he's going to do. He's talking about Greenland, what he's going to do with Greenland, how they want to take it over. It's a really important security uh, thing for America. Don't know what it is, but it's really important for America to have Greenland. And he wants to, what's called, make sure he takes out all the cartels also near coming into America. So by him taking over Greenland, right? By him taking over Greenland, it's going to bring what to America? Security to America. That's what he wants to bring. More security to America. And he wants to bring the riches to America from Venezuelan oil, and he's protecting America from the drug kingpins, the cartels. That's what he's telling people, that he's protecting the American people. So he is playing a role, right? You could call it a cowboy move, what he's doing. You could call it just a dictator, but he's American, and he's probably thinking he's the hero to his people, and he's trying to be a hero to the world. But right now, he's looked on as a villain to some people. But remember, I seen on here a lot of people support Donald Trump. A lot of people, even around the world, there's certain people who support Donald Trump. And like I'm saying, he's bold. What he just said today, he's saying, yo, we need Greenland. He's not hiding it, right? It's like, we need to take over Greenland. If I was somebody who lived in Greenland, I would be kind of scared right now, because the man is no joke. He's in conference repeating it over and over how he wants to take over Greenland, right? And he's serious. You support Trump because in 2017 he signed a prison reform bill that has gotten 30,000 black people out of prison. Let's talk about that. Interesting. I heard about that before, what you're talking about. I heard Trump help many black people come out of prison. So I know there's a percentage of black Americans that support Trump. But then there's others who say they're Democrat, who hate Trump. But you're right. I've heard about that, right? I've heard about what you're saying there. First step to act. I heard about that. Now, how come they don't spotlight that? It makes me wonder, why don't they spotlight that Trump helped people? And you know what? I know that side of Trump too. Because, for example, the hip hop artists, a lot of hip hop artists who have gotten in trouble, right? He helped their case, and they never spent too long in jail. Down to Diddy's asking Donald Trump for a pardon, but that's too early. Donald Trump said, no, I'm not going to give you a pardon, buddy. I'm not giving you a pardon. But at least he tried. Puff Daddy tried, right? They say they don't care because Trump only signed, was it? The architect. Okay, let me read that again. They say they don't care because Trump only signed it. It wasn't that architect. Okay. But right now, he's an American hero. See, you support Trump. You support Trump because of a bill what he helped put through, and he did free what 30,000 black people. That's a lot. No one talks about that really. No one talks about that. They only talk about the negative stuff most of the time. But right now, he's serious. What he's saying. He's saying basically that, right? They're going to Greenland. So Denmark is with Greenland, and Denmark is saying that they will arm themselves. They'll be ready to defend against America. That America, really, you can't come here. But then you're hearing Trump's talking like this. Like, you gotta wonder, like, even if you do support Trump, do you support him doing that, going to like another nation like Greenland and taking it over? What's the real reason he wants to go to Greenland for? He's saying for national security. So, yes, I know that he helped many Americans. He helped a lot of Americans, but there's obviously a lot of Americans that don't support what all the stuff Trump's is doing, right? But he's an American hero. He's saying make America great again. Remember that. The negative stuff, yeah, it's like January 6th, like the fact that he's a rapist. Well, see, someone else is talking against Trump right now. And I heard about that. There's 34 charges. He had at least 34 charges, and none of those charges were really spotlighted. A lot of people don't know about the charges. I don't know all what's the 34 charges, right? But they're saying that he may have paid off and stuff like that. So you're saying about he's a rapist. Well, They caught him on audio saying grab the pussy and shit like that. They caught him talking like that. So wouldn't be, you know what? That's allegedly. It's allegedly that he's a rapist. That's allegedly. But there's 34 charges what we don't know about, right? But obviously, see, it's mixed. There's people who support Trump. This gentleman was saying about the black supporters, 30,000. Jim Boringhi, you're saying about the 30,000 that Trump helped, come off a lot of charges. Uh, but there's people who believe that he's, as you say, a rapist, that he's treated women very bad, and he never really no, he didn't get punished for it. He became the president, and because he's the president, I guess he could get away with certain things because he's the president. A lot of these things was coming up a lot as he was becoming the president, and then they disappeared and nothing anymore. I remember the 34 charges. They were counting all the charges, and then nothing happened. He became the president, right? So let's talk about this GI Joe American hero. He Trump thinks he's in a movie, right? I can't blame him. He done a reality show. He was in Hollywood, and when you hear how he talks, I don't know if any of you seen the conferences recently when he's talking, but for him just to be nonchalant and saying we want to take over Greenland. We're just going to take it over and say maybe we might buy it. Holy shit! He's really really serious. He's serious when he says he's going to take over a place. He already showed you Venezuela as an example. So it's like, are you going to take him serious? You're not going to take him serious that he's not going to take over Greenland. Yes, he's hungry now. He's power hungry. The man is power hungry. He pardoned the president of Honduras, who was actually guilty of what he's accusing Venezuela of. Oh, see, there's news coming out. Glad you put that out, man. Sub J Stan. Yes, I believe. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. He helped the president of Honduras, but for the same thing, he's trying to charge this president of Venezuela. Yeah, it's very hypocritical, man. Yes, and I'm gonna give you guys a gem. I was talking with my cast earlier, right? They're saying, in America, I don't know if you know about a story they're talking about in Chicago when there was a whole bunch of Venezuelans, right, who was basically bullying the local people, the other street people. There's a Venezuelan gang that was terrorizing neighborhoods in Chicago. This was over a year ago or so, right? I remember seeing on social media, it was a story of Venezuelan gangs in Chicago. Remember, Chicago's a bad, like they say, it's a bad city, like it has a high crime rate, right? Over 400 people died this year. But they're saying that there was gangs of Venezuelans taking over neighborhoods. So is that linked to what's going on with Venezuela right now? That's why Trump is saying the cartels. He's saying 300,000 people or 200,000 people have died from the cartels' drugs. So I've heard about Chicago. I watched documentaries, and they're saying that there was not, what, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they arrested a guy who worked for the cartels or linked to the cartels in Chicago. They brought out the evidence that cartels were supplying the Chicago gangs with the cocaine or with the drugs. I remember that was exposed, that how the cartels are the big influence behind the gangs in Chicago, right? Not from the beginning, but recently it's been the cartels supplying a lot of the gangs in Chicago with the cocaine, right? So is this linked all the way to what America, why he's going to Venezuela? People are saying no, it's the oil. Yes, he's using it as an excuse to get the oil. Kill two birds with one stone. You ever heard that? You kill two birds with one stone. So getting the oil, right? And he could get the drugs, two of them, right? Getting the oil and getting the drugs. So what's next? Somewhere else he's gonna start up with two. Also, all around the world, he wants world domination, right? And he doesn't have the right to do that. He doesn't have the right to do it, but he's doing it. He's dirty right now. He's saying he's going into Greenland straight up. It's like out of a movie. The man saying he's going to Greenland and he doesn't give a damn. Yo, it's scary times what we're living in. There was no cartels in Venezuela, but a lot of oil. You know what? I never really stereotypically how they put it out there. I never linked Venezuela with the cartels, but it was Colombia and Mexico where they used to always, even in Hollywood they put it. The cartels are from Mexico and they're from Colombia, but Venezuela wasn't really talked about too much. That's the oil place, right? Venezuela has no cartels. You're right. Probably you're right, but that's what he's saying. He's saying that they're using, right? They're using Venezuela. He's saying the cartels are using Venezuela to go through them to sneak their drugs through. That's what he's saying. That's what Trump is saying. He's saying they've been using the Venezuelan government, probably the military, to help them carry out their drug operations. So I don't know if people don't know, you're going to see a lot of action soon in the news, even more. He's sending out, he said this morning, right, that he's sending out strike forces to strike the cartels in Venezuela. That's what he's claiming. He's going to send them out. Now, today, they said there was supposed to be an attack in um, Venezuela, but they didn't do it because whoever's on the ground basically is working with them like they didn't like they're gonna cooperate. They're gonna cooperate, so they didn't do a second strike. And Mexico, of course, he says, Mexico, he was shaming Mexico. He was saying the woman doesn't know to run basically how to run her country. He's saying he feels sorry for them and he really feels hungry to go there. He's serious about going there. He also said he has nothing to do with the Epstein files. Yes, he said he has nothing to do with the Epstein files. Do we believe that? I don't think so. I don't think so. He said he has nothing to do with the Epstein files. But he's serious on this world domination thing, people. You got to think of it. How much things is this man bringing up? He's saying he wants to go to Greenland. He already has Honduras. I mean, not Honduras, Venezuela. The man is power hungry now. He's seen that how easy it was to get the leader from Venezuela and lock it down with the military. He said, what? So now let me go to a other place. What's weaker? They only have 300,000 people. We're going to take this shit over and we're going to see Russia and we're going to see China what they're doing. That's what he's thinking. He's saying, "Yo, I already took it over, people." What he's saying in the chat. Whatever happens to all the talk about making America great again? He's running around being a dictator. You're right. I guess he thinks that's a good point. He's running around being a dictator instead of concentrating on the country to make it great again. But it's being at war again because the same ICE agents he put out there, right? The same ICE agents he put out there are getting backlash from Americans. So now Trump has to be careful because he wants to still be the American hero. He still wants to be the American hero. So recently, there was a young woman who got killed unalived by an ICE agent, got unalived. That doesn't look good, right? A Caucasian woman. So this could be very, very, this could hurt Trump's whole thing right now because you don't want your own people going out in the streets protesting against you in any way. He ran he ran on it and then called it a hoax. Let's move to the minimum security prison this year. Everything's going to come out. What are you talking about? Yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. But yeah, what's going on is Trump is doing whatever he wants, but he knows he's an American hero to many. He's a hero to a lot of people, man. there's a lot of people on here who agree with him, right? There's a lot of people who agree with him. Space Force literally used a direct energy weapon, shutting down all electronics in Venezuela. Yes, something happened recently, but not just Venezuela. It happened in, well, Iran. They shut off their internet. Iran shut off their internet to quiet down the riots going down in there. So America now, they'll do the same soon if anybody tries to rise up, especially in Venezuela. I don't know if they have internet right now, but he guarantee will be doing the same. He said, Vance, the vice president, saying that the ICE, they're going door to door and they're watching the internet, right? How is he being a dictator? People want to know how Donald Trump is being a dictator. Well, he's saying, for example, recently, they gotta go to Greenland. They want to take it over. He's not filtering no words what he's saying. He's saying he's going to go to Greenland. We're going to take it over many times. What does that mean? 50,000 mosques have literally closed in Iran. Ooh, that's big. 50,000 mosques, right? And it's a Islamic run, what you say, controlled country, and you're saying 50,000 mosques. Calling. You could tap in if you hit the link, the invite link. You could tap in. There's an invite link in the description. See if you could come through, right? If you have some knowledge on this, but Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, is the American hero to many. He's the American hero to many, and he's an enemy to a lot. But yo, he's serious now. People always take him as a joke, right? People take him as a joke, a lot of people, but he's serious when he's talking now. And I think the people who support Trump, right, know that he's serious more than the people who didn't support him and take him as a joke. I think he's really serious into what he's gonna be doing for the next 3 years, right? He has quiet guy in the room. He quiet guy in the room. Yo, all I know is every day it's like a new episode with Trump. Every day is a new episode with him. Cyber Trump 2028. He's doing what's best for Israel and his Israel donors. Oh, you could say that. You could say that. He supports Israel, right? So he's a hero to Israel. He's an American hero. That's why I put the title G.I. Joe, because that's the military, the superpower, American hero. So he's definitely, I heard how Israel talks a lot of good things. Well, the president of Israel talks good about Trump and praises America, especially when they went into Iran recently. He praised them for that. And now, that's not too long ago, they went into Iran. And now look at Iran. Just look on it. Not too long ago, they went into Iran, blasted up. Israel thanked America. And now look at what's going on with Iran now. Revolution in the streets. They're demanding that the president or whatever the Islamists regime step down, right? We will have civil war first. Or do you okay, let me answer this question. Elijah, Medadina, do you think we will have civil war first or World War Three? World War Three, then civil war. And if we went to World War Two, do you think the United States would be plunged into civil war, or do you think we would what band together? He said World War Two. It's World War Three right now. That's my opinion. I'm gonna put out there. It's already been World War Three from the towers dropped in New York. It's been World War Three. It's just in motion. Like when World War Two happened, it took a whole bunch of years build up before it fully like every people went out there. It took a good time in the 30s, building up to the late 30s and then the 40s. So here now, World Trade Center, economics, it represent economics, it fell, and now you see what's going on now with the terrorists and shit like that. In the beginning, it was terrorists, Islamist terrorists in the beginning. They were blaming for all the shit, right? And they had these cells. Years went by, and things disappeared, right? Now they're going back to the same whatever thing plan. It's a script. This whole shit's a script, right? So now they're going to Venezuela and saying that the cartels are the terrorists. Now the cartels are the terrorists, right? You got to look on that. They're using all types of different names, all types of strategies to get control. Israel is the only real ally in the Middle East. You might not like it, but we've got to support Israel. So some people saying you got to support Israel in here. The Greater Israel Project. Look up the countries you went into under the false pretense. Man, a lot of people have a lot of things to talk about in regards to Israel. All I know that Trump, Donald Trump, right, is American hero to Israel. He's a hero. Well, he is an American hero to Ukraine. Ukraine has to thank America for helping them, right? Besides Canada. A lot of countries have to thank America because America helped them in some type of way. A lot of people owe America for America investing in them, even if some people don't like it, right? So what he's gonna do, he's saying he's taking over Greenland. If you're American and you're in this chat, what do you feel about that? Him just saying, I'm taking over Greenland. And he doesn't care. He just wants Greenland. Is anybody talking against that? Anybody protesting against him saying he's just going to take over Greenland? I don't hear anything yet. But people are protesting about ICE now because ICE unalived the American citizen. Will that continue? Will people continue with the uproar against ICE? Right? Let him take it. We need it. Oh, so he said, you're supporting Trump to take Greenland. Damn. There must be more about this whole Greenland stuff, but I don't know about. Like, he's really brave to take that. You know what? I'm not saying I would want like to see that, but it'd be interesting to see if that could really happen without the world really coming down on America, right? Good job. That's a gangster who loves ice. The ICE agents, man, they put a lot more money into the ICE agents. The ICE agents is him having an extra eye besides the police. It's Trump's police. You get what I mean? It's like his secret police, right? Greenland situated goes way back to World War II. So America probably has some bases there, and the bases what they have there are very valuable. That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing the American bases there are very valuable. An economic power move, it shuts trade routes off China and Russia. It also has a huge deposit of natural resource and minerals. Woo! Damn, Donald Trump, I know you after the money, but damn, it's probably true. I believe what you're saying. I believe what you're saying. D-bed, D-bedits. I believe what you're saying. It depends if Russia and China try to get Greenland, and then what do we do then? We are in the Cold War two right now. Yeah, that could really cause something, but he's saying Russia and China's already up there. So what's gonna happen? The problem with America is that American history is sadly ripped apart and smeared, neglecting truth. Yep. ISIS is our army inside to keep us safe. Oh, you support ICE. Damn. I'm surprised. Trump is playing chess. He's making power moves that will benefit us in the future. So a lot of Americans, people who don't know, they support Trump. A lot of people support Trump. I had an idea that this is fact. They want to make it look like a lot of people hate Trump. Everybody hates Trump. The world, maybe, other countries, maybe hate Trump. But a lot of Americans like Trump. I'm going to say it again. A lot of Americans like Trump more than people think, right? America, real Americans do not support him. Yes, how can people support still? What? What do you mean, like real Americans? What's a real American? What's a real American? He's sticky guy, but he like it. Well, Trump right now, he is playing with people's emotions, and he is going every day with a new surprise, and he really means what he's saying when he's saying we are going into Denmark, Greenland, but it's going to be a problem with Denmark. The other countries are afraid of Trump, but Trump is doing exactly what American people voted him to do. That's true. The people who voted him, but did they want him to go to other countries to make America great again? That's my question. Did the people who vote for Trump want him to do what he's doing to make America great again, or just concentrate in America? And did he have to go to all these places, get involved with wars, which he said he didn't really want to do from a long time before? Real Americans that love their country and don't want their tax dollars going to all these illegals and what Christ back in our country. So the illegals, a big percentage of the illegals are coming from South America. Let's be straight up. A big percentage of the illegals been working in America doing jobs what a lot of Americans won't do, right? So let's be honest now. When you get rid of a lot of these illegals, they should not be in the country illegal. It's called illegal. They shouldn't be in the country. You can't really make no excuse for the illegal for the people who are illegal in the country. But I'm just saying now, how much immigrants does America legally take in? That's what I want to know. How much immigrants does America legally take in? I never hear that promoted. Stop. Hold on. I never hear that promoted. Yep. Don't care where we go. Just like how much immigrants come into America every year? How much? That's what I want to know because people are talking about the illegals. Yes, the illegals should not be able to be in America anymore. But how much are allowed? How much do they allow in each year? Right? Because he's deporting all the illegals. Illegal mean that you're not legally in America. You don't have a visa. And so over 22 million immigrants legal? I want to know, is that legal or illegal? That's what I know. That's the question. If you guys could tell me before Trump. So I'm guessing the 22 million is illegal. 22 million is illegal. Deport criminals, lower prices. Okay. So this has been a problem for a long time. This is nothing new. This been a problem probably for over like 40 years. Over 40 years this been going on. It's because of the border. The border with Mexico and Texas or California, that border been weak for a long time, right? And that's why Trump, when he came in, he said he wanted to make the wall. He wanted to make the wall. So basically, what you're telling me, people, Trump is a hero. The majority of people in here, I know there's some people who don't like Trump, but when you're telling me, a lot of you, right, at least you're explaining it. Trump is a hero. These people, a lot of them, a big percentage are, yeah, are illegally in the country. You can't be illegally in the country. The only thing why people are probably trying to blow back or uh, talk back about it, because some of these people been there for 30 years and they have families there, and they're saying, why haven't they deported them a long time ago? Right? That's what some people may come with that shit. What evidence? Comment, Trump's smart. That's hilarious, dude. He's completely. Trump is a businessman before all of this. Before a politician, Trump is a businessman. Trump is an actor. Trump is a hustler. Don't forget that. I want to remind people that Mr. Trump is not just a normal politician. this man is doing stuff like how he was doing stuff as a businessman, right? And if you know Trump as a businessman, he was doing a lot of gangster business, right? He was doing a lot of gangster business. But remember, he's the one who wanted to do the wall. Remember, he's the one who wanted to do the wall, and a lot of Americans support him to do the wall. There's even what they had special vigilante groups, or if you want to call it, going. I don't even think they're getting paid. Would go near to the border where Mexico is, and they would have legal guns, and they would be defending America, right? And against illegals coming in. This is it's the culture, yo. It's telling you the facts. 6 times bankrupt. That idiot is doing the right thing for America. He's doing the right thing for America. Well, he's saying make America great again. He's saying that, right? And he is an American hero. Obviously, he's an American hero. A lot of you are really what it's called supporting Trump. But you could say that bankruptcy or whatever. Right now, he got the oil. Right now, the man has the oil in Venezuela, one of the biggest, whatever oil reserves in the world. Remember that. He just captured that like a pirate. So now that he captured that, he's going to make America great again, right? But if someone went into your backyard without your permission and just did what they wanted, but the difference is he's using an excuse of drugs being smuggled into America. So he's got to stop this, right? Remember, like I said, he's the American hero. So he's got to stop this. He's playing this hero character right now. Right now, that's what Trump is doing. He's playing a hero character. And a lot of his people support him. That's what makes him deadly. His people support him, right? He's deadly to the people who are running because right now he got the ICE out there in America doing all types of things, even if it's bad, right? He's scaring the people like if you are illegal, imagine if you're illegal in America, what we'll do to you. If the ICE done that to an innocent American, an innocent American, imagine what the ICE will do to you who's not even American. That's what he's doing. My family came here in the 40s the right way. We came waving the American flag, not the country we left. Oh, no way people think Trump is a good guy. Yes, a lot of people think Trump is a good guy, right? Tacos al pastor. Al pastor. Yes, a lot of people think Trump is a good guy. His people are blind. Well, I don't know. You guys are going back and forth. You could see anybody who's talking. You could see that there is support for Trump. A lot of support for Trump, even if you don't like him. He's not deadly to anyone. He's hides behind his army and lets them fight his own battles. That's dangerous, though. A person who doesn't have to pull a trigger, a person who doesn't have to do no dirt, like physically no dirty work. All he has to use is his mouth and his mind, and he gets people to do things for him. That is a dangerous person. Never underestimate the ability of the people to be stupid. That's he knows it because he said a long time ago, if you want to fool Americans, all you have to use is the television. You get what I mean? Media. He's basically saying all he has to do is use the media to fool Americans. He said this before. I don't know if a lot of people know really Trump or done their research on Trump, his rise, but he said a lot of things in the past where it's coming out right now. So, people, they really like this guy, even if you think he's an idiot, right? A foolish person despises knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. God's not a person of confusion. Sounds like one of those black loyalists. Well, a lot of these people don't believe in God. I'm hearing people bring up the God thing. Remember, there's a lot of people who are atheists. Not everyone believes in God, even though there's people who do believe in God. So that's not even in this right now because we're dealing with a man who's saying he's bringing an army and they blast something, not knowing how much people they kill, and he's giving the order. So he's saying, go to Venezuela, bomb here, capture the leader, and you don't know how much people are going to die, right? Same when he went to Nigeria. He brought the army there, they bombed somewhere. You don't know how much people are going to die. He put it out there. But a lot of people do support Trump, saying that he's doing the right thing to make America great again. Wish we could come together and left and right, but the right has horrible values, making that impossible. Tacos and pastor, al pastor, that's what you said. Same with what Israel is doing over in Palestine. Well, Israel is, you see, it's kind of hypocritical. It's kind of bad. You see how you brought that up? See how you brought that up? All this stuff, what is going on, but 200, what they say, 200,000 Palestinians died in that whole situation, even though they're saying there was 200 people were kidnapped, Israelis. So a lot of people condemn the Israeli government. The prime minister, they're saying that he's has war crimes against him, and they never see nobody go for him. Right? That's what's hypocritical. The man has war crimes, but you never see no, you never heard no one go for him. He all traveled to America, and America never arrested him and put him on trial. But the UN, I think it's the UN, correct me if I'm wrong, but the president of Israel is a war criminal, but he's free, right? Jesus Jesus said, "Feed the minister to the poor." Sounds like socialism to me. So everybody got an opinion, right? The religion part, like I said, a lot of people don't even care about religion. A big part population of people from what we call Israel are atheists. That's, you could do your research, or if you want to call it Palestine, in that region, a big population of them are atheists. So as much as they talk about this religious war, the Palestinians and the Israelis, why is there a big population of atheists? That means it's like what do you say, a script. They don't really believe in what a lot of people are putting out there, right? After everyone of our brothers, first and foremost, iron sharpens iron. Yeah, iron sharpens iron. I encourage you people to debate on here. You don't have to get in your feelings. Everybody learns from experiences where they're from. But right now, Donald Trump is an American hero. I know he's an enemy to the world mostly, but right now, I don't see nobody criticizing him. I haven't seen a big population of Americans really criticizing him, the ones who are famous, who have influence. I haven't seen that, right? Have you? Tell me. Those who run Israel are atheists, but they do still hold their Judaic values and on don't look down on rabbis. Interesting. Interesting. The Bedits 24. You got some knowledge there. Interesting. But Israel, yeah, they have a big population of atheists, but we would look on it that it's a religious, area, right? But it's not like that. Donald Trump is their hero right now. They love Donald Trump. Guaranteed. They love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is getting love from China now because China was angry that they would be left out of a contract. So now Donald Trump is the American hero to China. Him and China are good now, right? China's happy now that America is good with them because they got Venezuela. Now, as time goes by, is America really gonna make Venezuela be independent with elections? Is Trump going to make them have these new elections? Is Trump gonna leave Venezuela alone? Will we see Venezuela? Will America leave Venezuela in the next 5 months? Will we see that? I want a better future for our country. I think we all do. We just have two different visions of what it looks like. Meatball sauce. Interesting. Interesting. A lot of people have different views of what's going on. Obviously, if it gets any more worse, could there be civil war in America? A lot of people around the world are thinking that, like, with this ICE stuff going on. And like I said, Trump's in power for 3 more years. He's in power for 3 more years. And he's getting a respect still. He's a hero, man. He's a hero. I was telling even my pops before, he didn't believe. He said, yo, Trump's this. He criticized Trump all the time, right? My pops. And I told him, no, this guy, they love him. As much as you watch CNN and you watch all of these other programs and they're telling you about what Trump's doing so horrible, a lot of Americans love Trump. That's why he got voted in the second time. I'm surprised he lost the other one, or they probably just planned that. But yeah, he got voted in again after there was a whole situation at the White House. After all of that, they still voted him in. The man's in for 3 more years. Imagine what they do with a distracted West. Yes, you're right. Imagine what they're doing. Right now, they are distracted. America is distracted. So, you know what Russia's doing? You know what Russia's doing while America's doing this in Venezuela? Just check it out. Just check it out what all the countries what had their past beefs are doing. No, seriously, check it out. Russia is blasting away at Ukraine more than ever now, right? So it'll be a Hydra. Now imagine this. This is how it's gonna go. You don't want it to go like this, but imagine if Russia captures Zelensky finally. Just recently, he dropped something on some city. Imagine he captures Zelensky the same way Trump captured Nicolas Maduro. And then he starts to do the same thing like, yo, we're going to take all the minerals or whatever, control of everything, the same way America's doing it. Would America be okay with that? Will they be okay with that? Don't be surprised America will be okay with that because you've seen that meeting with Zelensky and Trump at the White House. Do you remember that one? Just remember that one. That meeting with Zelensky and Donald Trump. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. So, Mr. Putin, perfect time for him to hit them harder than ever. This is his way how he's gonna fight America. That's why I'm saying it's World War III already. How he's gonna fight America doesn't have to be on their shore, on American land, and anything. Just American interest. As long as America has interest in Ukraine, right, in helping them in any way, that all they have to do is just blast, 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 keep using their military to try to bring down Ukraine fully and to see if America will stop them. Will America stop them? Maybe not. Maybe not, because Canada is the one who's behind Ukraine saying they're going to be there for basically ever. It's kind of crazy, but I'm finding out from today one of the real reasons they're in what's called Ukraine, right? Why Canada loves Ukraine, why there's interest in Ukraine, why America they had some interest, but wheat. I'm hearing they have the most wheat in the world and some other shit they got there. So, Mr. Donald Trump, as I could see in here, people really love Donald Trump. The Russians couldn't even track track of oil tankers just that just boarded. Yo, the Russians are trying all types of things, man. It could be a distraction too. It could be a distraction. Just remember that it can be a distraction, right? But it's World War III happening right now. Economic war, which Trump put out. Trump put out the tariffs. Remember that. The tariffs made a lot of people angry. The tariffs made a lot of countries very angry, and it cost a lot of countries, right? America putting out these tariffs to a lot of places. That's the first thing, right? Before that, actually, 9/11, ever since 9/11 happened, the oil prices went up in the world. Ever since 9/11, The oil prices went up in the world, transportation went up in the world, even food went up. Everything went up because people are scared to fly planes and shit like that. People are scared to travel. So from those times, it kept going and going. America's about to unveil the Golden Dome. The Golden Dome. I've been hearing about the Golden Dome. Now, what is really the Golden Dome? Hmm? It will probably be off when they invade. All I know, get ready. The man is serious about going to Greenland. And Denmark wants to defend it. Like, is what are they gonna do if the people from Denmark really want to defend Greenland? Are they gonna capture them all or are they gonna kill them? What's the American government gonna do? Are they gonna really go down to Greenland and take out the military? Because are they gonna bow down? Do you think that the Greenland? Well, there's only 300. They say what 300,000 or 600,000 people in Greenland. It's like a city, a small city. It's crazy, man. What's going on? Trump is straight up. I don't know if you guys watched the conference, right? Some people think this is a movie or this guy's intoxicated, but he said it over and over again how he wants Greenland. It's a must. They're going there. It's like an emergency. I've never seen a government in my life talk like how I see Trump is talking, that it's an emergency and we gotta go there. But even though he talks like this, a lot of people support him, right? Hope the host has a wonderful night and hope the people in the chat have a great one. Bless up, Gander and Flight. Putin is shitting himself. I don't think so. You think Putin is really shitting himself? There's a lot of things what America's occupied with right now. America's occupied with a lot of stuff. So this is a game of chess right now. America's gonna have to go to a couple places before they touch, even if they were going after Putin. I think Putin is doing some mustache man shit off in Venezuela, yes. What he's got is a shit. You guys are jokers in the chat, man. Jokers, man. Putin is chilling right now. Putin is chilling, watching what America's doing, but they're probably angry that their name is being brought up, saying that there's oil tankers that America has captured. I'm wondering if they're denying it. I don't know if Russia came out and they admitted that's their oil tanker. They're saying it's a sanctioned oil tanker, one of them, and then one of them. There's two of them, right? So one is a sanctioned one, one might be a legal one. So there's a lot of things going on. He has a palace like 200 miles away from anything and miles deep. Damn. He has that. He has. I know he's smart. What's his name? Putin. Putin has those things. Russia has a choice to make right now. Us or China, you watch. That's come from Meatball Sauce. Yeet 46, he'll be underground thugging. D, DB edits. The Far East, haha. Yo, you guys are going back and forth rightfully, but yo, a lot of people support him. So far, I'm seeing a lot of support for Trump. Like he could do no good. He is like the GI Joe, right? And the others, right, who are against him, he's making them like the Cobra. So the cartels, the terrorists, or whoever's against him is Cobra. Who's the commander? Maybe Putin. Putin's the Cobra commander and he's the G.I. Joe, the American hero. That's how he wants people to remember him as. Remember, the man is turning 80. I keep telling you, the man is an old man. And by the time he remember, he was making fun of Biden. He was making fun of Biden for sleeping in when they're doing their debates. He was saying, yo, look at this old guy. Yo, Trump's old too. And he'll be like 83 by the time he's finished. If he finishes. We don't even know if that might happen. I think we can all agree that either way we are a cannon fodder. I don't think he does. They are very different values. Oh, you guys are saying all types of things. All I know, the man is raw and unfiltered. Every day there's new news of what he's gonna do. And the recent news is like in the next 2 weeks, he's gonna go to Greenland. It's like they're planning already to go to Greenland. In the next 2 weeks, they're going to Greenland. Remember before this attack on Venezuela, there was a buildup already in the Caribbean. Don't forget, before the attack, they were talking for a month. There's a buildup in the Caribbean near Venezuela. So it's been around. So are they going to Europe right now? Are they going? What are they gonna do? What's America gonna do? Are they gonna be going to Greenland? They're talking all types of things. He's disrespecting Europe. Trump's disrespecting Europe. He's disrespecting everybody. But there's more on his plate. Iran is going through something historical right now, and it could be America intervening in some type of way, influence. Remember, they bombed they bombed in Iran not too long ago. They gave them a good beating. Remember that. They took out a lot of important. They claim they took out some important pieces, but I think that was just a warning. I don't know if you guys remember that they went into Iran. People just look past that. That they haven't been in Iran like that in a long time, and they blasted. And now you see what's going on in Iran. 300 million Americans versus 100 million Russians and 1 billion Chinese. Ooh, yeah, 1 billion Chinese, 100 million Russians. But it's not population really what means anything anymore. It's the power technology what means that's what it means. And remember, America has the military everywhere. GI Joe, the American heroes are everywhere. You know why I call this GI Joe the American hero, Donald Trump? Because, for example, the American army is everywhere in the world. In Germany, in Japan, near Cuba, uh, South Korea, the list keeps going. So if they have the military everywhere, and the rest of the other countries don't have that, just look who's the power. Who's the power? Who's the power? What other countries have their armies all around the world? America has military bases in Greenland. I didn't even know that America had military bases in Greenland. That's still new news to me. I shouldn't be surprised, but they got already military bases in Greenland. That's to show you the power already. When did they do that? Right? The amount of soldiers you can field still has immense effects on the battlefield. Old style type of war you're talking about? Many say China is a paper tiger. I heard that before, but yeah, America is gonna have like I said, in the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years, a total AI drone military. They already have that shit, but it'll be totally like that. Trump mentioned if they were to go into Iran again, right? He said it's not gonna be no ground troops. We wouldn't do that. We're just gonna blast them from the air. That's what he said. We're just gonna blast them from the top. He's saying we ain't bringing nobody. China has factories and ports big enough to build a ship shells in millions. Uh, yeah, people are talking weapons and guns. America has some weapon. What like when they say they have a secret base and all this mystery and shit, they have a weapon what do other stuff what people don't even understand, man. Like for example, there was the weapon when they went into Afghanistan and Iraq. One weapon that it sucked all the air out in the area wherever it dropped or whatever. It would suck all the air out of whoever's living and death. Those type of weapons, you don't even. That's a different shit. You get what I'm saying? So they have other types of weapons what you never seen before, and they're gonna have drones for sure, but could just fly wherever people are and blast away. Yeah. Oh yeah, they have that. They use them in Ukraine. See, made they have them, man. It's like the Terminator. When they make these movies, the Terminator, the Matrix, and they put all this robotic stuff. They really have it. That's why they're talking about AI now. That's why they're showing you about robots right now more than ever. How they can make robots move, and so soon robots are gonna do all this stuff for us, and AI is gonna do all this stuff for us. See, so America has high technology military. You have to remember after World War II, they took a lot of the German POWs who also were scientists and engineer into America and Argentina too. Yeah, right? They took a lot of German scientists and they didn't go to no prison. They were slaves to America for years, building things, doing research. They took what Hitler was doing and continued it. Don't forget, right? Don't forget. Don't forget. People forget that story. After World War II, what happened to all the German POWs? If they were quote unquote, doing all this stuff, how much of them got in prison and how long? You don't hear about that story. That's like secret, a secret. What happened to that, right? How much people was locked up for what they done in World War II? The German military. They took many of them scientists, brought to America, and started to do a lot of things. Whatever the Germans were into, Americans took, and even the Russians took too. The Russians took a percentage because remember Germany was fighting Russia, and Russia is the ones who stopped them in the cold snow. They couldn't get through that too much. The German military, right? You couldn't get through that. So right now, Mr. Donald Trump is on a mission. I don't know if you guys see the urgency in him because he's not a young man, right? If he was younger, it would be a little bit different, right? Because you want to live out your life where people are not going to say nothing bad about you. But when you're old like Donald Trump, he doesn't give a shit what anybody says about him. He's already been through it. So if like I said, he's going to turn 80, and by the time he's finished his whole thing, he'll be 83. So he might think he's going to die soon. He could be thinking like that he's going to die soon. He's not going to be living long. So let's do all this crazy shit what nobody was is going to do. I want to make history to watch a good documentary of the Japanese and Chinese war. That's an interesting thing. World War II, that's what World War is. It's all these different fronts having confrontations. And Japan took over China. A lot of people don't even know that. World War II, they took over China. Small Japan compared to China took it over, right? And then, right, Japan was trying to come to America. Well, Hawaii. You know what happened after that? America dropped that big bomb and stuff, right? And when they dropped that bomb, that scared even China. Even though China, they helped China. The other day they were talking about that. They were talking about that. If we as Americans can't come together soon, it won't matter what we think or want. We all will be in the same boat. Well, right now it looks like a lot of people are in the same boat because the lady who got unalived, right? The one who got killed unalived by the ICE officer. Now you're getting a lot more people talking. I'm be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up because it's a woman, a Caucasian woman, and it was a Caucasian man who done this, and he represents the government with the ICE agent thing now. Now we might get some revolution what happened because they're saying now, damn man, anybody could get it. Anybody could get it, not just undocumented a person from South America, not just a black person. Yo, damn, the ICE will kill a white lady, yo. They'll do that. So when they knock your door now, like I said, It's not just for, and it just proves my point. It's not just for the undocumented citizen. If you go out there, this is the story I'm hearing, that this lady went out to protest. She went out to do some type of protest, and in return, this man seen her, whatever, wanted her, she was in her vehicle, wanted her to come out or something. He thought he was going to get ran over, and he shot her. There's a video. That's the excuse he's saying, that she was going to run him over, and he shot her. There's people talking right now. Like, I don't know what the story is. I don't know what the real story is, but they're saying that she was in a vehicle trying to run him down, and he shot her. So how's this gonna? This story is still fresh, and Trump supports the ICE. I wonder what he's gonna say about that. Is he gonna say anything about that? I'm waiting to hear what he's gonna say about the lady who got killed by the ICE agent. They released the new video. She made clear eye contact with him. Oh, you're saying that. So she clearly was, you're saying, is gonna run him down, right? He said he feared for his life. So they're saying maybe he has post traumatic stress because it happened before. Somebody ran him down. You're saying, and he got stitches, all these stitches, right? So he's reacting in defense. No excuse. People say, why are you trying to make an excuse for him? He's reacting in defense of past stuff what happened. That's what they're trying to put out there, right? I don't walk in front of a car on the street. But he's an ICE agent. This is the difference. He doesn't matter if it's a truck. He's thinking, I got this thing on my chest that says ICE, right? He puts up his hand, and even if you have a vehicle, you're supposed to stop, right? Because he's identifying himself as some type of officer. So you have to listen, or you should listen. Roasted in front of the car. She turned her car into a guided missile. So some people are saying that she used her car as a weapon. Some people are saying he stood in front of the car, right? Who's right? Should he have moved out of the way? Should he have moved out of the way for her and shit? Or he stood his ground, and when she made that move, he took out the gun and then shot. This is very, very sensitive right now. This definitely ain't over, because I'm hearing people are saying she used it as a weapon, the vehicle, and people are saying, why did he stand basically in front of the vehicle, right? I want to know if Trump's gonna what he's gonna do. Is Trump gonna defend this guy, or is Trump gonna defend like the lady? Because right now Trump's a hero. Right now, I'm seeing Donald Trump's a hero to many. So which side is he gonna pick? Is he gonna sell out the ICE agent? Do you think he'll sell out the ICE agent? Did he show any type of remorse for the lady who passed away? He moved into the way. Oh, hold up though. Her and wife were also agitators in prior video, either portraying her huge ego. You know what? Sadly, nothing might come out of this then. It's like, it's very mixed messages. It's very confusing so far how the stories are told. Some people are saying he was in the way, right? I'm saying, why didn't he move out of the way? Uh, it, Everybody has different opinions. They're saying that he shouldn't have been in the way. She's seen him. The new officers walking up. The new officer walking up saying, "Get out the car." Not the shooter, nor the guy holding the camera. It was the third guy that escalated the cause to drive off. Oh damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. What else is there? He went back to his squad to grab something in the new video. Whoa, a lot of things are getting exposed, man. I don't think, you know what? When the full video comes out, then we know, because so far it's bits and pieces and stuff. I'm just waiting to see if the American hero Donald Trump, which side he's gonna be on. I want to know which side Donald Trump's gonna be on. That's what all I want to know. I'm interested to I want to hear. Is he gonna support his ICE agent? Bloodthirsty as fuck. American cops are like pit bulls, man. All of them, but always them. Well, the ICE, right? You, if you do remember, Trump said he's putting it out in certain cities because he doesn't trust the cops. He's saying the ICE agents are better than the cops. That's what he put out there. That's the reason he flooded certain cities with ICE agents, and that some of those cities didn't want the ICE agents. They were saying we don't need them, but he was saying that you need them. He was flooding these cities with these ICE agents, saying that it's better for America. Part of his campaign, make America great again, right? Here, shooting, you think police protect and serve, more like spread your cheeks. But then again, is the ICE agents ain't normal police. The ICE agents ain't normal police. What kind of police are they? They're a different type of police. They're to get undocumented, they're immigration officers. But now they give them more power that they have guns. These are immigration officers, right? They must be trained like the police, but they have guns. They're not socially the same as other police. They're just after tracking people down because they're immigration police and doing different things, not like the normal police. They're not, but still law enforcement. So they're law enforcement and they could arrest people they believe are undocumented citizens. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I hope he makes the right choices. Well, besides the ICE, because in America he is a hero to a lot of Americans, but right now there's a lot of confusion because of this shooting outside of the world. I mean, outside of America's world, a lot of people are looking at America in a different way now because meanwhile he's fighting the rest of the world for their natural resources and these tariffs. America has problems. A couple of leaders been saying that. Someone said that recently. The guy from Colombia was saying, meanwhile you want to come to my country and say that I'm doing all of this shit, and he went into Venezuela. You should be dealing with your own problems. He said America has problems, right? And he's saying, but in response, what Trump will say is that you guys are giving us problems by having these cartels run freely and come into our country. That's what Trump would say, and selling narcotics. And that's what makes the social problems. So that's what he will say in probably response to the guy in Colombia, right? Armed and non armed police. The anger with the cops should really be directed towards the one that makes the policies and have to follow as far as the procedures. Now, a lot of the officers, they would love to talk, but yo, you don't hear what Trump just done. I swear that he put more money. He's a pay rate, a bigger pay rate for the military, or he's trying to fight for that, right? I swear that he's been. It's word that he's given a bigger pay rate to the American military. Is that true or false? Is that true or false? Because that makes him American hero. If you're the president and you said you're giving the military more money and it's even more than usual, that will encourage the military to go out there and do whatever. Sucks. Yeah, the G.I. Joe movie sucks. The original cartoon is good though, right? G.I. Joe, the American hero. G.I. Joe is there, right? Going all over the world. Going all over the world, doing whatever they want. If you ever watched that cartoon series, G.I. Joe is going after Cobra. The Cobra's like the terrorists. The Cobra's like the cartels. The Cobra Commander. is making people do all types of things. There's all types of characters in there, right? Donald Trump is playing a GI Joe right now. He wants to go everywhere around the world. He wants to be the American hero to the American people, saying make America great again, but causing a lot of people to get angry all around the world. He doesn't care though, because they haven't had a raise in a while. Agreed. Movies sucked. Oh, they haven't had a raise in a while. He's saying the American military hasn't have hasn't had a raise in a while. Well, this helps for him to give them more money. Imagine if he was paying. I don't know how much money the military guys get really, but imagine if he start paying them like 100,000 a year if he can. That might just be a fantasy, but imagine he could use Venezuela's riches to pay the U.S. military, like give these women and men like 100,000 a year. They're gonna do a lot. They're gonna do a lot of things, and I'm not just talking just the U.S. military going out there. The military in America, because they got the military in America to police. So go out in the streets, right? More and do more shit like what you see in ICE do. It's crazy. They do it for the qualifications. It would make more sense and better to care after they serve. All I know that Trump, I don't know if it's rumor or fact that he put up the pay rate for the military. It makes sense. You're gonna go into all these conflicts. You're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna go. You want to go to Greenland. You want to go to Venezuela. You want to go to Mexico. You want to go to Colombia. Think how much countries they're dealing with: Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, Greenland. Where else he is put on there? I know he put Canada on there. This man named at least 6 countries where he wants to go. First, he was joking. I don't know if he was joking with Canada, the 51st state. That's how he started first. Canada should join us. The same shit he was doing. He was testing everybody. Canada should join us, the 51st state. That was the test. That was the warning first, right? So that didn't work. So then, right, he starts up now with this. He goes to Venezuela after bringing the military there for a couple months, right? People are wondering why are warships going towards the Caribbean Sea or whatever, going towards the Caribbean. Now you know why it was going towards the Caribbean. And now they're saying they were following the boats from Venezuela or the oil tankers going towards what Greenland and Scotland so they followed them, right? And now he wants to take over Greenland because Greenland is very important for the American military. It's very important for him. And yo, people, if you don't like war, which no one doesn't like war, no one likes war, no one likes what is going on. You shouldn't like it, but you should be scared if you're somebody who lives in Greenland. The word is he's offering money to them. He's saying maybe you'll try to buy Greenland. I never heard that shit before. That's the disrespect. That's pure disrespect he has for that country, saying, we might just buy it." The man says he might just buy Greenland, right? So that means he doesn't respect their independence. He doesn't respect them. He's saying, "Yo, we're just gonna take it over. We're not gonna waste time with talking to anybody. No UN, nothing. He should have he should have Greenland." You believe that? It's very important. Everybody keeps saying it's very important for them to have Greenland. Shit. So you know that research that it's that important to have Greenland. That means he's serious, right? Some people don't really take it in like how you give me how you putting that info out. Um, some people are not taking it serious. They're probably saying he just wants to take over everything. But as people are explaining, I'm seeing everybody saying that Greenland is very vital for America. Oh no, the Greenland people are you. Yeah, what 30K people? There's only 30 Isn't that 300,000? Is it really only 30,000 people? Damn, damn. No wonder. If it's 30,000 people, yo, they're gonna do something, yo. If it's only 30,000 people, that's not a lot of people, man. The size of a small town. 30,000 people in Greenland? Oh, you know what Trump said? This is what he said as his excuse. He's saying if they don't go there, Russia or China will go there and take it over. So instead of making Russia and China take it over, we might as well go over there ourselves and take it over. What do you guys think of that? That's what he's been saying. He's saying instead of China and Russia getting control of it, let us take it. Because obviously they saw something what shook them up when those tankers were leaving Venezuela going towards, I guess, Greenland and Scotland or wherever it was going, that they're saying we cannot leave this alone. We're gonna keep. Um, we're gonna take over the country. People, yeah, they should. Imagine that. No, but you know what's scary? Normally, you call Trump as a bluff. You're gonna say some people gonna say it's a bluff. He's not gonna do that. I don't know, one in the chat or two in the chat if you believe two if you believe he's bluffing, one if you think he's serious. Let me know. Two if you think Trump is bluffing. One if you think he's serious. Because for a long time, people are thinking he is bluffing because he's like a joker, right? Think he's serious. So the people who say he's serious, you obviously done your homework. You have your research. That means it's a very important. Greenland's important, and he doesn't care about 30,000 people. He's thinking he doesn't give a damn about 30,000 people. He's thinking that's an excuse just to excuse me, slow down things. It's an excuse just to slow down things, to go through the UN, to listen to anybody. He's saying that's an excuse to slow down things, and he's gonna take it over. Iran, then Greenland. You think? I think he's getting Greenland now. I'm sorry, before I both at the same time. That both at the same time. If Iran acts up, he said, if Iran hurts the people, he says if he feels that Iran is doing stuff, they gotta be real quiet. That's why they cut off the internet. If he feels that Iran hurts the people, he's gonna go there and blast them out. So right now, Trump's probably a hero to a lot of Iranians. He's the American hero to a lot of Iranians who want that Islamist regime out. So that's why I call this episode G.I. Joe, the American hero, because the only reason that is going on is because last month they bombed a couple places in Iran. And from that happened, look right now what's happening. A big revolution of people on the streets. So they want him, whatever the regime out, and the people do like Trump. 60K people, Crimea River, more people come into my country illegally per 3 months. 60,000 people are in Greenland. 30,000, 60,000, no matter what, 100,000, even if it was 500,000 people, that's still not a lot of people compared to America, right? he wants that place. It's real estate. I don't think he cares about the people. Yeah, he doesn't care about the people. And I have to be honest, I don't know nothing about Greenland, but I'm hearing it's near Denmark. So it's probably kind of like Denmark and the Norways and all of that. But he doesn't give a damn. He's looking at it as a weak point, right? And Iran, man, if you act up, he's going to just blast you guys. Now, how will that happen if that government falls? Because the guy who wants to be the successor, America said no, they don't want that guy to be succeed in anything. So what will happen if that government really falls? Does America have time to help rebuild Iran at the same time dealing with Venezuela, at the same time trying to go to Greenland? They're gonna go to It depends on the situation in Iran. Will that situation in Iran explode more? Like, is it gonna get bloody? Because we're hearing they cut off the internet there. They cut off the internet so people cannot see what's really going on, and that's the way they control shit. And if they can, as they capture the people who are protesting, which is a lot of people, they most likely give them the death sentence. So I don't know how that's gonna go. This is like I said, this is like World War III already going on. It's in motion, been going on, right? Personally, I don't care about them either. Don't know anything about them. People care for what benefits from what affects them. Yeah, I don't want to be ignorant and say, yo, who gives a shit? I don't really know. I would have to do my research about Greenland, but Greenland, what I know, it's not a big population. It's a place where it's very far away from a lot of things, right? People are saying America has bases. I believe America does have bases there, and I never knew that they have bases, right? So these bases, they probably want to build them even bigger, right? Build them bigger for Russia, but make it important to us. Yeah, they want to build them bigger because they say Russia's a threat and China's up there, right? Russia's a threat and China's up there. So meanwhile, they're dealing with China with the oil in Venezuela. Recently, like I said earlier, they're saying something was going on in Venezuela, but they basically are cooperating right now. So anyone who's hungry for power to be doing anything in Venezuela, you got to be quiet right now, man. I was saying even the cartels have to be silent right now. The cartels have to be really quiet. They can't even really move. They can't really move. Cartels can't move in South America right now. They got to be frozen right now because Trump wants the evidence. Like, I'm waiting for it too. This is the thing. That's why he's doing all types of shit, and it's kind of scary. Where is the drugs? Still waiting for the drugs, right? I want him, the American people who look up at Trump as a hero, right? Unless they don't care. Don't you want to see the evidence of the drugs? Because that's the reason he went to South America. That's People are going to say the oil. No, the real reason is for the cocaine, right? Where he's saying what's coming from South America. So when will we see the drugs? Right now, he's sending out strike forces to strike down cartels. So are we going to wait until American soldiers or American commandos, whatever you want to call it, goes out, risk their life to go, I guess, hunt down these cartels, probably kill many of the cartels, and then we'll get the evidence? When's that going to happen? I don't see anybody step to Putin. No, they're not stepping to Putin. The cartels are moving to Europe. I could agree. They won't continue in America. They probably have to say, yo, let's kind of get quiet until this man is finished being the president. Let's just kind of lay low for 3 years. Or let's lay low for 3 years, make him do whatever he wants in Venezuela. We made billions of dollars right now. But if we keep our operation, we're going to lose everything. So let's just be quiet right now and not do anything. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah. They're moving to Europe. They're moving. He probably blames saying some of them are coming to Canada too. That's why he's saying a lot of the drugs is coming from Canada. He blames Canada for a lot of the drugs too. Don't forget that. But he's not taking over the country. He's not taking over Canada, even though he blames Canadian. A lot of the drugs coming from Canada. He's not taking over Canada, but he'll put the tariffs on. The tariffs are on. right? So he's not taking over Canada yet. Hopefully not, right? But he's putting the tariffs on. So the tariffs was the sign of things to come. The tariffs is a sign for things to come. People want to say what's next. This is what's next. Right now, something's probably going on. Right as I'm speaking, something's going on. Every minute there's new news. Every country is talking. France has been talking, saying that this is just gonna make things worse, right? With American policy. But guess what? Donald Trump don't give a shit because as long as he's an American hero to his people, right? And he got support. People don't make it look like he doesn't have millions of people who don't support him. There's millions of people who support him, and that's enough for him. Remember, he was a celebrity. He is a celebrity. Cartels are moving into Europe. I could see that, right? Coke is South America. Yes, that's where he is, South America, where the Coke to get the Coke comes in everywhere it can. The cocaine is what he's using as the main push why he's doing this in South America. Even if it looks hypocritical, right? That's his excuse. It could look hypocritical, but that's his main excuse why he's in South America because the cocaine is hurting Americans. And when he's saying it's hurting Americans, I seen how he was talking. He's saying uh, people are losing their child over this. Families are devastated from this. So when he's talking like that, like he's showing some emotion, saying, "Yo, a lot of people have died from this. We can from this cocaine." No one forces them to take the drugs, but he's saying that it doesn't help that these cartels are around, and that's why about maybe a year, I don't know if it's been a year, but he put them on the terrorist list, cartels. I thought they would do that a long time ago, honestly. I thought they would do that a long time ago. Comes in everywhere it can. I gotta go to bed. Bless up, bless up. Yes, bless up for joining the chat. Yeah, cartels been around a long time. A lot of these cartels are people who used to work in the government in those countries or ex-military. So when he's fighting the cartels, good luck. You're fighting people who are not just these gangsters on the street. These are people who are military trained. So it might get real bloody or kind of messy because America, you're going after these cartels that are not just these thugs on the street. They're trained, military trained, and American trained them too, some of them, right? I like drugs, sorry, mushrooms are great. Oh, Lee. Well, Trump don't think so. He thinks by going after the main source of the drugs will make America great again, right? We'll make America great again by doing this. We'll make America great again by deporting people who are not legally supposed to be in America and cutting off the borders for people who are selling drugs, cutting off the borders. So he is a hero right now to a lot of people in Africa, in Nigeria. That's what I'm hearing. He's a hero for that, what he done, because he's saying he's going to stop the Christians from getting killed. Look, he put that out there. Now, the in Iran, he's saying if you do anything to the what's called to those people, right? If you try to hurt them, he will hurt you. So he's defending the Christian Africans. He's defending the Iranians who have a revolution against their own government, and he was defending at one point the Ukrainians against Russia, but and he does defend the Israel against Palestine. So do you see that he is a hero? He is a hero because he's doing he's not just talking, he's actually showing you it, right? There's a lot of governments who say we're going to give this country 5 billion, we're going to give them 300 million, but the difference with him now, he's going in, right? He's going to send a bomb over there and a bomb over there and a bomb over there. Use the money for the military to solve the problems. So, meanwhile, people are trying to hate on Trump. You got a lot of people in Venezuela are happy that Nicolas Maduro is gone. There's a lot of people. I heard a big population of people in Venezuela saying they're happy that he's gone. So that means a big population of Venezuelans love Trump. A big population of them love Trump. I think the majority of them support Trump, right? The majority of them support Trump. A lot of people uh, stopped supporting that government ever since he became in power 2013. It's 2026 now. The man been in power from 2013. The people of Venezuela got tired of him, obviously, saying that the people of Venezuela are starving, some of them, and how he was running the country, right? Always been here in America look on Venezuela, and not in a good way, in a bad way. You had Obama, didn't have nothing good to say about Venezuela, and now you have this guy and other presidents. I swear they talked about Venezuela, but it wasn't in a good way, right? But the people do support Trump. Trump's a hero for the Venezuelans, big hero, and Israelis, big hero. So if he helps those people in Iran, he's a big hero. Look how much people are going to be looking at Trump who are not Americans as a hero. Think of it. It's not even Americans. It's not even Americans who are looking at Trump as a hero. It's people who are not. People in Africa, like I said, some people in Ukraine, they're looking at Trump as a hero, right? He's the only one who stepped in to kind of defend the people who are being, I guess, victimized, right? Like I guarantee in Nigeria, they're probably gonna have a statue of Trump in Nigeria, right? Because he's saying he was fighting against this Islamist. Islamist. He's fighting the Islamist because they're killing off the Christians, right? But you know that's for another reason, really, to scare Burkina Faso, right? So now he's going all around. He's going all around, making his rounds. I'm just waiting to see how long it's going to take for him to go to Greenland. How long will it take? How long it's going to take to go to Greenland? I'm just waiting on that. I think it's going to take 2 weeks. That's it. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and then he's going to be moving in. The man's serious. He's not joking. The man's not taking anything back. He's serious. So you got to think he got a lot of places he could get a lot of natural resources from, because once that if Iran's government or the leadership falls down the line, no matter what, that's oil. It's an oil rich country. So that will be benefiting America. Iranian oil, and you got Venezuelan oil. Um, it looks good for America right now. That's why he's saying make America great again. When he's saying make America great again, they think it's just, oh, I'm gonna do it just like magic. He gotta take over something to build something. So he gotta take over a country, right? Some more real estate, right? Like slavery. It's also like slavery. You gotta take over a big chunk of real estate somewhere where it could work for you, right? So by taking over Venezuela, you'll have making thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs for construction and development. With, like it or not, the oil, man, it's kind of like what they're accusing Bush. Remember Bush? They're accusing Bush of the oil going into Iraq. The difference is with Mr. Trump, he's been on television for years. He's been loved. Like it or not, man, He's been loved by many people. Earlier in the chat, somebody said he got 30,000 blacks out of prison, right? Pardon them, 30,000. That's a lot still. It might not be millions, but pardoning 30,000 people locked up in prison. That's still votes, man. That's still some votes. And that's 30,000 families, maybe. That's a lot of families, right? And then those families hear about that story and they become Trump supporters. So he's a hero to a lot of people, even the people you may not think he's a hero to. He's a hero. A lot of Hispanics voted for Trump. Just because he said doesn't make it true. A lot of Hispanics voted for Trump. And look what he has done now. Look what he's done now. Been deporting thousands back to South America in the last year or two. A lot of Hispanics voted for him, I'm hearing. And look what he's doing. He's been deporting thousands of you down to South America. Even certain people who are illegal by mistake, mistakenly they deported them to South America somewhere. It's crazy, right? So he has support from what they call the redneck. He has support from uh, from the rich, wealthy. He has support from a percentage of the black community. That's three. And he got support from all around the world, some of the other countries, right? So that's so he has international support, and he got support from different groups in America. The ones who are against him now are feminists, 100% feminist groups, right? The LGBTQ community, 100% they don't like Donald Trump, right? And then you have some blacks in America who don't like Donald Trump. And then you got even some Caucasians in America who don't like Donald Trump because they're the Democrats, right? They're Democratic. So they might not like Donald Trump for different reasons, but that's what's going on, right? But he's a hero to like who I just mentioned. He's a hero right now, even more to the U.S. military. Some people may not like him, but he's giving them a pay. He's raising them up their money. Recently, Jesse Ventura, right, the former wrestler, actor, governor of Minnesota, he came out swinging on Donald Trump, right, on an interview. Somebody was interviewing him in the street, and what he was saying that Donald Trump is a rich white boy who, when it was time in the Vietnam, he dodged the war, right? He said he dodged the war, Donald Trump. So this for all your Trump supporters. A man who was a Navy SEAL in the military, Mr. Jesse Ventura, former wrestler, governor of Minnesota, called out Trump and saying that Trump, he's talking about the military and how America should be make America great again. And he, when it was the time of war, back in the days when it was what the Vietnam War, that this guy didn't even he didn't have to go to war because his daddy paid off or because he's a rich white boy. That's the only reason, right? And he doesn't respect Donald Trump, right? What do you guys think of that? What Jesse Ventura done? He really uh, expressed himself about uh, the nation of what. Well, not the nation. He expressed himself about Trump, calling him that, right? So that is from an ex-politician calling out Donald Trump. I heard Jesse. Who else did Arnold Schwarzenegger? He called out Donald Trump too, right? Heads up to the Navy SEALs. Yeah, he's a Navy SEAL. He's always promoting that. He's always saying he's a Navy SEAL, and he criticized Trump, saying, "Yo, you never been to any war, and you are talking all of this war talk, right?" Saying he's a big hypocrite. hmm I don't know what you guys think about that, about Jesse Ventura, what he had to say about Donald Trump, the American hero, right? Donald Trump is still going to do what he got to do. He got 3 more years, 3 more scary years. I cannot believe this man is actually now people are realizing, yo, what did we do? Why didn't we vote Kamala? What did we do? It's not even a year yet. Why didn't we vote Kamala? Right? What did we do? Absolutely. Now people are paying for it, man. This guy is coming back with revenge, full force. Why you vote him out and put Biden there? He's saying, why did you vote me out and put that guy in there, man? I'm continuing with what I was supposed to do, and I'm taking out the drugs out of America. We're gonna make America great again. We're gonna expand the empire. We're gonna take over places and not give a damn because we got the military and no one could do anything. That's what he's saying, straight up. What do you think, people? A lot of people I'm learning, right, talking to you guys, even though people are talking about Trump negative, a lot of support out there for this guy. Like I said, the title I made right, man. The G.I. Joe, American Hero. A lot of you do support what he's doing. You don't see no wrong in what he's doing. You believe that he should take over Greenland. A lot of people are real serious about taking over Greenland, right? So, shit. Only if people only knew, they put it on social media like people don't support what Trump's doing. Like, oh, this is crazy, man. He's saying he want to take over Greenland. A lot of you want him to take over that place because you feel that it's for national security. So 30, okay, some people said 30,000, could be more, whatever. It's not a big population. I'm not saying it's right for him to do that, but it's going to get a lot of blowback, man. You're gonna get a lot of blowback from like Europe, Denmark saying, "Yo, we're standing on guard." Like, could he do it? Could he take over like Greenland? That's what some people are saying. Will the world allow him to do that, or will that be the standoff between Russia and America if he does that? I think the military is already there. That's why he's saying that. When they follow those tankers, I think the military's already in Greenland. That's why he's talking like that. Guarantee the military's in Greenland. I could guarantee the military's in Greenland already. That's why he's talking like that. So it's like, yo, all they're waiting for is the call from Donald Trump. That's all they're waiting for. Yo, if he says yes, they're going in. But how are you? They must know what they're gonna do. They don't have to. They're not gonna kill. You don't want to kill people and stuff like that. But they really confident. What Denmark's right there. How big is Denmark's military? I don't know. Who's with defending Greenland? I don't really even know. It's just people are talking about it, like saying this guy's crazy, saying he wants to take over there. But if it's only 30,000 people, I kind of understand what Trump is saying if we don't take it over, Russia and China is going to take it over. That's what he's saying. If we don't do it, they're going to do it. So we might as well do it. So they must be seeing something. They see something, right? So when they do that, if they do that, which I think he might do this historical thing and the military's in Greenland. Now, if they do that, is that gonna make problems like with Denmark and Norway and all these other countries nearby? If he does that, are they gonna just stand by and just watch America take over Greenland, or are they gonna get nervous and they're gonna try to test America? Will any of those countries try to fire any shot at America if America goes to Greenland? That would be interesting to see. Will somebody actually try to defend? Because if they do that, America's not just gonna get hit, man. They're gonna defend themselves. They're gonna defend themselves. Anybody who thinks they're gonna touch the American military, get ready for you to be obliterated. Sorry, you're gonna be obliterated. So when they do what they're gonna do, they're gonna come in swift, swift. Like I said, they already have a base. I'm hearing they already have bases where Greenland is. The U.S. has weapons beyond Earth. You're saying the U.S. has weapons beyond Earth. Well, they have a lot of weapons. Some weapons we don't know about. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about what America has. America has a lot of things, man. A lot of things what we don't know about. But right now, like I said, and I could see it, and I've seen it in the past, Trump is is respected by a lot of his people as much as people want to say they hate him. I think a good amount of Americans, even the ones who used to say that they hate Trump, they agree with him doing this whole immigration thing, right? I believe they agree with that, him doing all of this immigration stuff, with in regards to deporting all these illegal people, individuals. It's a big mix right now. Tariffs taking over places like a dictator, um, changing laws every month, right? Nobody is stepping to us. Only person to really watch is Putin, in my opinion. Like seriously, is G for real. You think Russia could step to America? You know what? Let me think. I don't think Russia could step to America. Really, Russia. Not saying Russia can't doesn't have anything, but I think Russia and America, in some cases, sometimes it's like a monopoly game. They're just playing everybody, right? I think that's what's really going on. They're playing everybody. It's like a game. But Mr. Donald Trump is a big character where everybody could use to for an excuse to have their little wars around the world. Because if this guy's doing it, hell, I could do it too, right? People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Support the channel. Support D2E Down to Earth Podcasts. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, of course, YouTube, all podcast platforms. Got many episodes like this, even with the other people from the podcast with our opinions, world issues. Like I said, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, um, every single listening platform, right? Yeah, so I don't know what is next. This man is doing historical stuff, and I'm not surprised. The man is turning 80 years old. He's turning 80 years old, so he has a point. Yeah, well, he wants to prove a point. I mean, he wants to prove a point. Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump wants to prove a point before he's too old, before he passes away. Yeah, he wants to leave a legacy. I don't know what kind of legacy he wants to leave, but he wants to leave a legacy behind as a real American hero, G.I. Joe. But people, thanks for tuning in to the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth Podcast. It's your host, Sean Myrie, and I'm out. Please subscribe.